honor for me to welcome our members of our school board, our superintendent and district staff, High Desert staff, students, parents, and family members, and members of the press who are here this evening. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our staff for their work with students and their families this year. A very special thank you goes to our teachers who are committed to the success of every student and continue to take a personal interest in their academic and social development. We are honored to have had the opportunity to work with such a dynamic group of resilient, kind, and talented students. Without further delay, please welcome the promoting class of 2023. Thank you. You may be seated. We are very proud of all of our students and all that they have accomplished this year. We would like to begin by welcoming our ASB President, Mr. Leonardo Rivas, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Introduce you to these dedicated individuals here today and have them stand. Board President Brianna Taxoni, Vice President Ken Fallsgraf, Clerk Lester Mascon, Member Tom Costin, and Member Tim Jorgensen. Thank you so much for your support of education and of High Desert School. Our Board President Brianna Taxoni would like to share a few words of inspiration with you this evening. Superintendent Dr. Eric Sahakian, Assistant Superintendents Kim Shaw and Kevin Beresco. We would like to invite up our superintendent to share some thoughts on the school year with us.
Thank you, Principal Van Ornum. Good evening, High Desert Hawks. I feel compelled to share this moment in honor of our High Desert teachers and staff. Please support me in a big round of applause for their tireless efforts. In addition, today Today would be a good day for our students promoting to high school to thank family and friends for their support. Because as much as this is your achievement, this is also the achievement of the people who care about you. Promotions can be seen as a coming of age, sort of an official way to recognize a person steps into the next stage of life, and students, you are stepping into a new stage, full of promise. 23. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your commitment to students and to education, Superintendent Dr. Zahakian. I would like to take a moment to congratulate all the 8th graders on completing their middle school journey. You did it. All of your hard work has finally paid off, and you are ready to take the next big step into your journey as the future Mustangs at Vasquez High School. I have witnessed firsthand growth, resilience, incredible potential that each one of you possesses. This year, we focused on staying connected, like the constellations in the sky that you see all over our decorations here. Each star is important and must shine equally bright next to each other to make the full picture appear. We all jumped on the energy bus as we rolled down this road of education. With positive energy and enthusiasm, our staff members arrived, one after another, filling open positions. Each one became the driver on another bus on our route to guide and inspire our Hawks. They greeted each student with a smile, radiating positivity, and encouraged students to be their best selves. The seats on the bus were filled to the brim with students who actively chose to bring optimism, kindness, and resilience on their daily ride. They supported and uplifted each other, creating an atmosphere of camaraderie and encouragement. They cheered each other on, reminding themselves that they have the power to achieve great things. In our fast-paced world where distractions abound, it is easy to lose sight of genuine connections. But these connections provide us with the strength, support, and inspiration to navigate life's ups and downs. As we read the energy bus this year, it reminded us of how to foster and maintain connections. So rule number 1 was create a positive vision. Visualize your goals and dreams to remain focused even in the face of adversity and trials that we learn to call flat tires. Your middle school journey started like any other. 5th graders with their teachers learning about decimals and grammar and searching the stars. As the year was wrapping up, the whole world shut down. The next time you were in person, a year had passed and you rushed quickly to finish the 6th grade. From distance learning to week-long quarantines, mass classrooms to Google Classroom, constant adjustments, modifications, and course corrections, all of your middle school experiences have been filled with unprecedented flat tires, never before seen in the history of education. But your positive vision of a brighter future fueled your ride and allowed you to persevere. You have the power to steer your life in the direction of your dreams. Take the wheel and drive with intention. Rule number 2, fuel your ride with positive energy. Our attitude and energy have an impact on our relationships and experiences. I am so proud of the way that each one of you supports each other. You inspire those around you, from our Spirit Squad inspiring other schools to start their own squads, to our cheering section, which often turned out to be louder than our teams. All of you have fueled this school year with the drive and determination to succeed. Rule number 3, no energy vampires allowed. In middle school, this might be the one that we work on the most. Remember the power of influence. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, support your dreams, and encourage you to grow. Remember, you are the driver of your bus and you decide who gets on, who gets off, and who sits next to you. Rule number 4, love your passengers. Each person at High Desert brought a unique perspective, talent, or interest with them to our school. Value and cherish those relationships you cultivated, whether they are on the sports field, in your classroom, on the 100-mile track, while ringing the bells, or on the dance floor. We are reminded the people you choose to have on your bus with you will either make you a better passenger or a better driver. Rule number 5, drive with purpose. Take the time in high school to discover your passions and pursue them wholeheartedly. Purpose is your why, your fuel, and your passion. When you know your why, you'll have the energy to do anything and the grit to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. Rule number 6, have fun and enjoy the ride. Middle school is the biggest emotional roller coaster in your lives. Much like the coasters we rode at Magic Mountain together yesterday,
The roller coaster of life has starts, stops, places where you need to pump the gas or slam on the brakes or go in reverse. A lot of people think that life is about getting ahead, being first in line, getting good grades, earning more money, or making life as easy as possible. Remember to enjoy and get the most out of life while working to make a positive impact on those around you. I hope when people tell your road trip story, they will comment on how kind you were and the difference you made in the lives of those around you. The goal is to enjoy the ride, not just the destination. Lastly, share your vision and inspire others. Be leaders and catalysts for positive change. By sharing your dreams and inspiring others and staying connected, you can make a significant impact on the world. If there's one sentiment I want you to take away from this night, I hope it's this. You are capable of taking on any obstacle that may cross your path. You have all faced a challenging few years that has never happened before, and you overcame it, made it worthwhile, and stayed connected. Together, you can create a supportive community, empower one another for good, and achieve remarkable things. Remember, you only have one ride through life, so give it all you've got and enjoy the ride. Congratulations, High Desert's 8th grade class of 2023. Go Hawks! I would like to welcome up our ASB President, Leonardo Rivas, and our ASB Vice President, Addison Walker. Leo and Addie have served as excellent representatives of the class of 2023. As a team, they have been great leaders and role models on campus. They excelled academically and also served as scholar athletes and examples to those around them of good sportsmanship and commitment. They inspired our students to persevere through all the hills and valleys of the year and led by example in all areas from academics to athletics. They will end their year here as officers at High Desert with their final words to the class of 2023.
Welcome friends and family. I am Leonardo Rivas, the ASB President.
Thank you so much for coming today. I'm Addison Walker, the ASB Vice President. I've worked hard to reach this important milestone in their academic journey.
As we reflect on our time together, we remember the many challenges we faced and the moments that brought us together. A challenge for me this year was keeping up with my academics and athletics. I have basically mastered balance at this point. I am happy to learn and grow so much in this position. We've learned so much from each other, both inside and outside the classroom. We've learned that with hard work, determination, and mutual support, anything is possible. We have become an amazing group of individuals and friends. The bond we have with each other will carry on through our high school years.
We would like to take a moment to thank our amazing teachers and staff for their tireless efforts to help us succeed. Your dedication and commitment to our education have made a significant impact on our lives, and we are forever grateful. Ms. Walker, thank you for making your classes so much fun. Even though you are leaving us for high school, we still love you so much and we're excited to see you there. Thank you for not only giving us fun assignments, but also joining in and making our class so amazing. Ms. Seymour, you have taught 2 subjects this year and have made them so enjoyable for all of us. You have always been so kind to us and made sure to help us with our missing performance. Mr. Nee, this was your first year teaching at High Desert, so it's no surprise that you sometimes act like your students. We really enjoyed learning about the fall of Rome, the 95 Theses, and our natural human rights. Ms. Alford, the fun and educational projects we have done this year will forever be remembered. Thank you for being our teacher today. Ms. Goodstein, although we have only had you for 1 semester, I know we are all so happy to have you as our English teacher. You try to crack little jokes here and there for the class. Thank you for what you do. You all supported us throughout our academic journey and made us the young men and women that we are today.
To my fellow graduates, as we move on to high school, let us remember the friendships we made and the memories we've shared during our time in middle school. Let us confidently go into the future knowing we have the skills, knowledge, and character to succeed in our future. To conclude, we would like to say goodbye and leave you with these 2 messages to keep in mind. Be strong and courageous. God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:1.
And don't say the sky's the limit when there are footprints along the way. Have a great summer, and again, congratulations, graduates.
I'd like to welcome up the teachers to be part of our next segment. Ms. Seymour, Mr. Nee, Ms. Walsh, and Ms. Walker.
Dedicated group of 8th graders this year. We have so many of our students who are academically decorated, and we would like to recognize their efforts this evening. We want to recognize the top 10% of the class at this moment. They've received certificates from Supervisor Catherine Barger's office in recognition of this accomplishment. Will the entire top 10% of the class please stand and be recognized? Francis Cabrera, Haley Haneke, Carter Detweiler, Sophia Aguirre Vizcarra, Mason Pewitt, Caden Botten, Robert Spears, Kelly Vasquez, Victoria Seymour, Joshua Sandoval Pluck, Thomas Spears, Brooklyn Jensen, Francisco Pineda Jr., and Peyton Leadham Holt. We are all very proud of you and your hard work. Thank you. You may be seated.
These students were formally recognized at our awards ceremony on Tuesday, and we would like them to stand and be recognized this evening. For Outstanding Accomplishment Awards and Students of the Year. In history, Victoria Seymour and Mio Mabacchio. In English, Caden Botten and Balin Barroso. In mathematics, Haley Haneke and Carter Detweiler. In science, Sophia Aguirre Vizcarra and Mason Pewitt. And in physical education, Haley Haneke and Joshua Sandoval. Thank you, students. You may be seated. Congratulations. We have some other achievement awards. From Assemblyman Tom Lackey, Outstanding Achievement Award goes to Benjamin Hagum. From Senator Scott Wilk, Future Leader Award, Seth Busby. And Congressman Mike Garcia, American Leadership Award, Victoria Seymour. These are some future leaders here. Congratulations, students. Ms. Walker.
Continuing on, we have our Medal of Honor recognition. For commitment this year, we had Ethan Kajarek, citizenship, we had Logan Williams and Seth Busby. Certified students, Fernando Perez. And for integrity, we had Catalina Vasquez. Thank you to all of our students that worked so hard this year, persevered, and rose as leaders and examples on campus. We are so impressed with your tenacity and love of school. It was a highlight for all of us to have you in our classes. Congratulations to all of our students. Next, we are proud to recognize Carter Detweiler and Sophia Aguirre Vizcarra as salutatorians. Sophia would like to share a few words with us tonight.
Good evening, and thank you all so much for attending our 8th grade promotion. My name is Sofia Aguirre Vizcarra, and I have the great honor of giving my classmates a few words. This is my first year attending High Desert School, and I felt like the time was getting very much. Time really does fly when you're having fun, and I got a lot of assignments to do. There's a quote by C.S. Lewis that says, "Isn't it funny how day by day, nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different?" This completely sums up my year perfectly. Although my time here was short, words cannot express how much all of these amazing teachers and friends have made an impact and really changed my life. From the bottom of my heart, thank you Miss Salford, Miss Seymour, Mr. Nee, Miss Goodstein, Miss Walker, Miss Van Ornum, and many more. And to my fellow graduates, always remember to try your best and let God do the rest. Ahora yo lo voy a traducir en español. Bienvenidos a todos y gracias por venir a nuestra promoción de 8º grado. Mi nombre es Sofía Aguirre Vizcarra y tengo el gran honor de decir unas palabras a mis compañeros de clase. Este es mi primer año asistiendo a la escuela de High Desert y siento que el tiempo pasó volando. El tiempo pasó muy rápido cuando uno se está divirtiendo y también cuando tienes mucha tarea por hacer. Hay una frase del señor C.S. Lewis que dice: "Es curioso como día a día nada cambia, pero cuando miras hacia atrás todo es diferente". Pues esto resume perfectamente este año escolar. A pesar que mi tiempo aquí fue corto, no hay palabras para expresar cómo estos extraordinarios maestros y amigos han hecho un impacto y han cambiado mi vida. Desde el fondo de mi corazón quiero darle las gracias a Miss Salford, Miss Seymour, Mr. Nee, Miss Goodstein, Miss Walker, Miss Van Ornum y muchos más. Y para mis compañeros de graduación, recuerden de hacer lo mejor y dejar que Dios haga el resto. Gracias y thank you. We would now like to recognize our valedictorians, Francis Cabrera and Haley Honecke. Haley would like to share some words of inspiration with us this evening.
Thank you, Sophia, and congratulations to our class's valedictorian. I have wanted to get valedictorian since 5th grade when I heard the names announced over the loudspeaker. I asked my teacher what it was and knew it was special and what I wanted. After that, I always pushed myself. I was nervous about writing my speech, so one of my teachers told me to use ChatGPT. Mr. Nee, I thought writing my speech would be the right thing to do, as the easy way out is not usually the best path. I started my grade school journey at Putt Community Charter. There I was never told if you go to college, I was told when you go to college, from the first day of kindergarten. The same words were used at home. It was never a question what I was going to do after high school. My goal has always been to pursue a professional career that allows me to do the things I love. I knew that to get into a good university, I needed to work hard from day one. That is where I got my determination and self-motivation. My family has always valued education. These past couple years, I've had 2 cousins graduate from college. One got a job and the other got accepted into med school her first try. This has motivated me even more. Middle school hasn't come without its fair share of challenges, but these last 4 years at High Desert have offered me some amazing teachers who have also been great mentors. They knew I didn't need to be pushed, but they were always there to support me along the way. Attending this school has given me so many opportunities I wouldn't have had somewhere else. Mr. Rowland's harmonic bronze has become a big part of my life. I was also able to participate in ASB, soccer, volleyball, and basketball. I not only learned new skills and sometimes life lessons from these coaches, but I made friends and finally found a place where I fit in. Math hasn't been the easiest this year because of things that were out of our control. Instead of giving up, I always worked hard on our assignments and seeked help when I needed it. Not every day, week, or month is easy, but we must remember that setbacks aren't failures, but opportunities for us to grow. I have received the Medal of Honor these past 4 years for commitment. This was because of my commitment to myself to always do my best. To my classmates, I feel more than ever that we must embrace the future with open hearts and minds. In high school, we need to take risks, follow our passions, and never stop learning. For education is knowledge, and knowledge gives you freedom. To our families, thank you for supporting us during these challenging years. We wouldn't be here without you, and are grateful for the sacrifices that you've made for our successes. To our teachers and mentors, thank you for your dedication and passion for teaching. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. I'd also like to give a special thank you to our principal, Mrs. Van Ornum, for supporting our teachers so that they could, in turn, support us. And lastly, a shout out to our board members and Superintendent Sahakian for being here on a Friday night and for working tirelessly to improve our schools and education on a daily basis. I'd like to finish off with a quote from J.K. Rowling, the author who sparked my love for reading. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well have not lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Thank you for listening and have a good night. Congratulations, future high school class of 2027.
Thank you, Haley and Sophia, for those awesome speeches and for all of the inspiring work that you did this year to be examples to your peers. Thank you to all of our students for their dedication and determination this year. Class of 2023, you have worked hard these last 4 years and overcome obstacles that no one in history has ever faced, let alone overcome. By being here today, you have prepared diligently to complete your work as well as act responsibly in your choices. Continue to seek opportunities to demonstrate respect and kindness. I, as well as these selfless educators, distinguished guests, and friends and family, know each of you possess incredible potential. I challenge you, be responsible enough to own your part. Fix the little things that seem to hinder you from being and doing your best. Be respectful enough to always say thank you, and I appreciate that, to those who help you reach the milestones. Be ready to take on challenges and obstacles that you face and prove to the world that hawks are made to soar. Student success at High Desert is in large part due to the commitment of our teachers and staff. From office staff to aides to cafeteria to custodians and maintenance, it takes a village to keep High Desert soaring. We are grateful to all the dedicated staff who made tonight and this school year possible. We have incredibly dedicated teachers who spend countless hours planning and getting to know the students here at High Desert. The benefit of attending a small school is that each of us get to know each other and each individual student. Students leave here today as a valued member of the High Desert family. And now the moment that symbolizes the completion of your K-8 schooling, the presentation of your promotion certificates. At this time, I would like to invite our 8th grade teachers, Mrs. Marilyn Alfred Welsh, Mr. Jay Lee, Mrs. Heather Goodstein, Mrs. Denise Seymour, Mrs. Kayla Walker, Mrs. Debbie Wax, and Mr. Rafael Fuentes. Our Superintendent Sahakian, Assistant Superintendent Vensko, and school board members to assist with the presentation of the diplomas.